What I want to be when I grow up is an interior designer. My high school art teacher, she's always influenced me to work hard. When I was a kid, I always drew, and that's what I enjoyed to do. I mean, I was good at math, I was good at my other classes, but that's not what I enjoyed doing. Art was what I enjoyed doing. Just making money or being able to create would be nice.
I want to be either a commercial photographer or a portrait photographer. Would love to do it for Suicide Girls, which is like tattooed women, death models, and then just travel the world doing that. I'd like to reside in London, maybe have my career like take me there. I haven't been out of the States ever, but everyone that's like close to me, close to my family, have come and gone from in and out of London and whatnot. So I'd love to go there. I actually went to William Patterson before he became a cop, but to become a cop, you have to go through a bunch of strenuous stuff. I don't want to do any of that. I'd rather do something that I love, because you only like live one life. So I'd rather finish out what he couldn't, pretty much. So I'm pretty much going to be William Patterson alumni, which my father had to drop because he started a family. In high school, was taking the easy way out because I didn't want to go through so much hell and like heartache, like putting things over my back and trying to like walk them out. Like, I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do like the blue collar or the white collar. I didn't want to be in an office job. I didn't want any of that stuff. I wanted to be able to go on the computer or go out in the world, either take some photos or go edit them at the end of the night. You know, have like a easy shift and just do my own time and do my own thing. But now I'm realizing that I actually like have a passion for it. I actually like it more. Now it's not like as easy as I thought it was before. And I kind of enjoy that.
What I want to be when I grow up is like to be a designer for a big firm and just making money living on my own, just being substantial. That's all. Back in 8th grade, I had a teacher. I used to always give her a hard time. Just give her a hard time, be bad in class, and then I had her again the following year. It's just something about me and her, we just clicked, and she just started pushing me. Throughout high school, she ended up moving to the high school as well. So she just started taking classes with her, she started pushing me. We just clicked, and ever since then, I've just been into the graphics. So that's what she taught, graphic design. Her name? Miss Cortez. 10 years, I would like to see myself living on my own, maybe with a girl, just me and her, or just me by myself, no kids yet, and just working full time, but being financially stable. Like, I won't have any worries, you know, pay my bills, just living normal. Maybe living in the city, hopefully, if things go right. Art for me is just being in it. So, like, ever since younger, I was able to draw, and we just liked art just from the get. And then as years went on, I learned that art is just like, it's part of everyday life. Without it, it wouldn't be, what we do today wouldn't be as how we know it. So art is just a part of life, and if I could get paid to just do art, then that's what I would like.
When I grow up, I want to be a teacher. I want to be an art teacher for a middle school. Well, either middle school or high school, I'm not quite sure yet. Because I like high school because I can get into more digital and do photography and Photoshop and that kind of stuff. But I kind of want to be in the middle school because they need it more now. I definitely say both my aunts and my mom inspired me. My mom and my aunt are both creative people, and I think that's where I get it from. I just have that eye for seeing things, and my aunt was an art teacher. So I just kind of want to follow in their footsteps, and I know they love what they do, and I want to do something when I grow up that I love, so that I can be happy when I'm doing it. I see myself teaching in a school, hopefully, somewhere where I'm happy and I want to have my master's by then, definitely, and just enjoying what I do, living life, because it's what I like to do. I got into it. I picked up a camera for one of my computer classes, and they told me to go out and shoot something, and I did. And I haven't put it down ever since. And I like doing it, so I don't want to stop.
What I would want to be when I grow up would be an art director of a magazine company. And I don't know, start my own magazine company, run all the arts, and that's it. And advertisement, and I love Photoshop and like transforming people. My one teacher that influenced me the most was my teacher, Mrs. McDonald, and she taught me the beginnings of Photoshop, where I fell in love with the computer and what you could do with the computer into images and layer styles and all that fun stuff in Photoshop. I would like to see myself hopefully living in the city, being successful, hopefully getting my way up the magazine company and starting my own firm. I think I became an artist first because my dad taught graphic design in high school, and I think I followed his steps with liking art and never knowing that I liked art, because I started off with math, loving that, and I don't know, just fell in love with duplicating stuff. And
I want to be a famous photographer similar to Ansel Adams and George Tice. Nature and architecture. Kind of like National Geographic. I would go everywhere. Well, my grandfather was a photographer, and my father kind of took up photography also. But that was kind of like an afterthought. I didn't realize that they were photographers until I was like maybe 12 or 15. Hopefully doing photography. But I have a backup plan if I don't get a job, a full job within a year. I have a backup plan.
What's that?
Join the Navy and become a photographer. Being an artist, you kind of are able to not go by the rules. Like, you have to know the basic rules of art, but you don't have to go by the rules once you know them. But in like the real world, you kind of have to. You have to do what you're told, and you have to. I don't know. It's just not what
You're
I
doing a
want to do.
thesis? What's it gonna be?
Pinhole photography.
Oh yeah.
What I want to be when I grow up is have my own studio where I can shoot my own photos and edit them for people. Biggest influence growing up would have to be my high school professor, Mr. Paul. He was my photo teacher, and he really got me into it.
10 years.
Where do I see myself in 10 years? Hopefully successful.
What's that mean?
Known for something, like known for my photography. Why am I an artist? I'm an artist because I love expressing myself, and photography helps me do that.
I would like to be a U.S. Marshal. I'd say the biggest influence would have to be my father. 10 years from now, I would already be established, have my house, started a family, you know, a few muscle cars, a new boat, dog, you know, and then just have my life already underway. The art end of it would have to be the photography end, because you do have the forensic photographers, and I'd say the car end of it would have to be the enjoyment side, something to get away from work with, go home, work on cars, maybe go for a cruise. I guess that would be the best way to wrap everything together. Only because my professor let me paint whatever I wanted to paint, which was car parts. And you know, since cars are my passion, so to say, painting the car parts really, it opened up my eyes to a lot of different areas as far as painting. Custom graphics, different designs, different materials, what to use, what not to use. So I'd say the painting end of it really was the best discipline.
So what do I want to be when I grow up? I want to run a haunted house.
My parents were an early influence. I went to carnivals or the boardwalk or anything. My father would take me through the haunted houses and traumatize me. And then eventually, when I was 14, I had a neighbor who for years was doing like a yard haunt. I brought iron gate in the front, 5 machine, people with chainsaws and all that, and he went professional. So when I was 14, he would bring me and I would work there, and since then I've been doing it almost every year. So I've got about 15, 16 years experience. That was Rich Singer. I have a 2-year plan, get a business plan set up, find investors. I have a few people that I already can tap in for investment, and I hope to start the haunt in 2 years. In 10 years, I'd love to have a kind of haunted carnival, in a way. Expand upon it so much that it's almost like a theme park. It would be indoor haunts, outdoor haunts, hay rides, pumpkin chucking where you're shooting pumpkins at zombie dummies that are sitting out in the field. Yeah, just make a really interactive experience. In the off season, I'd have like off-season haunts, and also leaving the indoor haunt space open for a studio for filmmakers. So I'd always have some sort of profit coming in, or even studios for artists. If all those other things are boring, there's no fun in that. There's no creativity. Like, this is an outlet, you know? This is where you can be who you are. And I love it. And I'm gonna use as much of what I've learned and what I've gained through all the years to make, where I want to be as creative and magical as I can.
When I grew up is a comic book artist.
Really?
Yeah.
Excellent.
My influences are Alex Ross, what do you call him? Tom McFarlane, creator of Spawn, Stan Lee,
Yeah.
Frank Miller. There's a lot of other artists I don't know, but I would say more towards the storylines of each serial. That's what's intriguing more. That's what I like most about the comic books. It was like Dr. Seuss is a big influence on me too, because of his line work and his use of color and everything he does. I just love the quick line works he does. When I'm 36, 10 years from now, I would like to be in continue doing illustrations, being with my significant other, it's not this girlfriend, hopefully the future girlfriend, or future girlfriend, settled, with the house, happy, healthy, pursue other interests that I like to do.
Like what?
And actually I'm going to try to do it this January is compete in bodybuilding. Well, train to become a bodybuilder, the steps into taking proper nutrition, proper training, and in the long run, maybe eventually even trying, this is weird, this is like out there, my dream to be a professional wrestler too, which is like really out there, but I love it so much I figured I could give it a shot, just to say I did it, because I don't want to look back and think that, what if I tried it? I don't want to make it big time. I don't want to go to WWE. I just want to go to WWE is the biggest spot there. I just want a couple of matches here and there, just to say, yeah, I did it when I was younger, just to try it out.
That's amazing.
I became an artist because since the age of 3, I was drawing in any type of piece of paper I found. So when it came to going back to comic books, I remember I think my brother still has drawings from me when I was 3, 4 years old of Batman, Ninja Turtles, all this stuff, and then from then it just went from big circle lines to more, looked like figures being brought out. I just looked up some images the other day from about 10 years ago, probably 2001, maybe more than 10 years ago, of old comic book characters that I made up. And it just goes back, further back, more of like this, I have in the box upstairs just all comic book characters and all these designs that I used to do. And it's just a person who likes to draw lines.
That's amazing.
Grow up, I want to be a senior photographer at the Truran studio. Yeah, come January I'll begin. The people that I work around are dad's photographers. They're, I guess, working at the studio. That's what I'm doing.
Anything else?
No, maybe get into the whole video thing a bit. I'll start doing that. I'll learn that next, so.
Yeah.
I'm just very visual. I like hands-on things rather than, you know, math and science, and I like making things. That's what I like to do. Telling a story, I guess, for photography. That's why I chose that.